Another R8 to get rid of the Bang & Olufsen system. This one is 5 years newer than the last one we did, and guess what? Still paper and plastic. Welcome back to John Cleese Car Audio. Today we have another R8 in. This time a 2013 convertible V10 in this absolutely stunning shade of red, which is a bit dirty at the moment. It's actually used. We're in the middle of winter and he's brought it in for an audio upgrade. So this customer came in with original Bang & Olufsen system, original Audi R8 sat-nav screen in the front, wanted it all removed, all started again and have something extremely, well, far better than the original one basically, and he wanted Apple CarPlay. So this time, unlike the last R8 we did for Paul Wallace, we changed the radio, which in our opinion, it looks great in the dash. Some people want the originality, which we can do. We can obviously do an audio upgrade on the original system, but if you want Apple CarPlay, then I think this is the correct fascia to have, and it's pretty much our favorite head unit to go. Now, without further ado, let's go around the vehicle and show you what we've done. Starting from the front of the car. Now, being a convertible, I can just show you this on the outside. So we've got in the front, the new speakers we've chosen for the application. This one is actually nothing else but the Focal Utopia M series. These are probably one of the best car audio speakers you can get in the industry right now. Absolutely fantastic. The tweeters are somewhat a little bit bigger than what we would call a normal size tweeter, which is usually about 1 inch across. So you can't put these tweeters behind original panels. So what we've done in this one is we've created fabricated builds where the factory tweeters would have been, which is what we call the sail panels. And then we've actually brought them slightly on axis, not completely on, because the customer wanted a symmetry finish and he didn't want them to come out too far into his peripheral vision. So we've kept them quite subtle. It's got the Focal Utopia M mids in the factory positions down here, and then we've got the Focal Utopia 8s in the front of these. That means it gets really great mid bass out of it. We fully soundproof the doors. Actually the microphone's here, so I'm gonna give the doors a bit of a knock to show you the difference in audio. So, fully soundproof door, completely unsoundproofed wing. Okay, now what that would give us, make sure all the energy from the Focal Utopia speakers come into the car opposed to being lost through the door panel, especially in a convertible, because obviously a lot of sound's going to come through the top of the roof when the roof's down. So we've given them the best fighting chance to work extremely good when the roof is down as well as up. In the front, we've got the Kenwood top of the range DNX9190. This is used in probably the best fascia available in the industry from RTA Fabrication. Extremely good fascia. Reese has created a masterpiece with this fascia, far better than some of the aftermarket ones available out there. We've then put the Audison DRC controller in the blank, which is below. You normally just have a complete blank there, but we couldn't really think of a better position for the Audison DRC than directly below the screen, which is extremely easy to use with your left hand as you're driving. So absolutely cracking place for it. You can change all the illumination of the DRC to match red, which you can see we've done, red to match all the illumination of the actual dashboard. Now, if those 8-inch focals in fully soundproof doors wasn't cutting the mustard to give them some bottom end presence in the bass, what we've also done is we've actually put a better 8-inch subwoofer in the factory position. Now, these Bang & Olufsen systems have an 8-inch behind the dash, roughly about here, which actually we did temporarily wire up to the new amplifiers we installed to try it and see if it was going to work. And it actually performed okay, better than the power it was getting off the Bang & Olufsen amp, but it wasn't enough. So what we've done is we've looked at the factory sub box, and then Simon's recreated that box using stronger materials and a better design from ourselves, and then put in a far superior 8-inch Audison woofer in the factory position. So can't really show you that, but I'm sure Max is going to overlay a bit of footage of that subwoofer behind the scenes right about now. Now, the next thing to take you on to, without further ado, would be the amplification in the front of the vehicle, aka the frunk. Now, let's pop the bonnet and take out the little cover panel, which I'll show you this in a second. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn some of the lights off actually, because we've done a bit of a lighting in the front of this as well, which wasn't needed, but hell, it's a necessity. So we've got 2 amps in the front here. We've got the Audison APF 8.9 DSP amplifier, which stands for Digital Signal Processor. We've then got the Audison AP1D monoblock. Now, to cut this down in simple terms, this 8-channel amp runs all the Focal front speakers with 4 channels bridged to give the mid-bass some oomph. We've then got the AP1D amplifier, which is a monoblock amp running just a subwoofer. Bags of power, about 500 watts RMS, which is more than enough, but hey, with power equals control, right? So amplifiers run all the system, but completely hidden. And the way it's hidden is by this lovely little panel we've made here, which goes in the right way corner, goes in like this, pushes down, so the customer can still use the front of their car for storage as much as an R8 storage gives you. Now, the only final thing we've done on this system, which I'll talk to you about quickly now, is as much as this Kenwood DNX9190 is a great source unit for audio, the customer wanted the option to stream music straight from his iPhone or his portable DAC straight to the amplification at the front, minimalising the amount of digital to analog conversions there are. Now, the way of doing this is fitting a HD streaming device, which is completely hidden. The way it works is the customer can literally connect their phone direct to that, and that feeds an optical signal straight to the amplifier in the front. And then he uses his extremely handy DRC in the front to control the volume, subwoofer level, all here, which, like I said earlier, a brilliant position for that. You can't really get much better than that from a user-friendliness point of view. And that streamer is completely hidden. We can do that on a lot of other cars as well. Now, this DNX9190, if you like the look of that and you want Apple CarPlay, but you want to actually use your original Bang & Olufsen system, it is still possible, because in this car we haven't lost any functionality of things like steering wheel controls and original reverse camera. So if you want that head unit, or you want an aftermarket radio, but you do like the sound of your Bang & Olufsen system, then there's no problem. You can literally have that connected all to the original system without having to do everything this customer's gone to. But obviously our client Matthew went for the whole shebang. He went for all the audio upgrade, amplification and the head unit all in one, so he had everything. But if you only wanted half of it, not a problem. Now, that's about it. It's just a recap on it. There's a bit of install footage you've seen. We haven't taken as much as we've done on the other R8 video because of purely time constraints. I was off on annual leave last week, so Max really was under pressure to try and take as much footage, because as much as you're only seeing a little 10-minute video here, that's hours of recording time. So a little bit of footage behind the scenes, but I apologise if it's not enough install footage that you're usually accustomed to seeing from ourselves here. Now, I'm going to sign off there. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Comment, share, whatever you prefer. If you have any questions on this R8, then drop us an email or give us a call or WhatsApp message using the number that's on our website. But for now, that's John Cleese, Connor, myself, signing off.